It feels like that everyone in the matches we played, someone stepped up really big. In our North match, it was Hunter, sick. He stepped up huge and came up big in a lot of rounds. Versus NIP, it was Sean. He really made a huge impact on that game. So people were just coming up big when we needed them.
2 games we played with Fnatic and Liquid on Inferno, and it was like really good. All the teammates were doing his job good. All the strats worked. I really liked how we played 2 Infernos this tournament.
Nobody was really looking at HellRaisers going into the tournament as someone that would make it to the playoffs, but they came in really hot, and we have to respect how well they've been playing, so we're really going to prepare.
Misfits looks pretty scary. They passed like the really hard group, they won good teams, and we have like not the best map pool against them, so I'm sure it's not going to be an easy win.
I would still say that we'd all prefer this matchup over playing against any other of the teams in playoffs. We still have a bit of a confidence going in, but we can't underestimate them.
I think it's a situation where both teams are glad with their opponent, but no one gonna be like relaxed or something. It's quarterfinal, kinda. It's one step to the semifinals, so everyone gonna play their hearts out.
They have a lot of on-the-fly plays, players that will make plays individually for them, and that's really scary to go up against. No matter the opponent, they've been playing confident.
Any of us can win the game by himself, but at the same time, if it doesn't happen, we have a lot of like good tactic strategies and play out. I think they need to be afraid of everything.
Denmark has a lot of proud esports fans. It's been a long time since I've played in front of a large crowd, so I'm really excited.
I think it's gonna be like close match, especially on the stage with the crowd. Maybe my guy is gonna be nervous, so we'll see. I think it's gonna be close.
Yeah, here we are, our second quarter-final of the ESL Pro League Finals here in Odense in Denmark, and we still have a fabulous crowd with us for what's going to prove to be an absolutely fascinating matchup. Now, we just saw Fnatic do the business. They are through to take on FaZe in our semi-final day, which is tomorrow, the middle point, the meat and the sandwich of what is a 3-day CS extravaganza right at the end of 2017 as well. And this matchup, as I said before, well, I got a fever for this. The only cure is watching it, because you have 2 teams, as Alex said before, as the Machine said, he said they could be seen as tier 2 teams, but they are not playing like that because they have put out some of the big dogs. You've got one team, yes, they're underdogs. The other team, they are bona fide giant killers. So then, let us get us on with our second quarter-final of this Friday. Unsa, are you ready? Man, do you know what? I love this crowd. This crowd is up for it. Let us bring us out our first team, and that is Misfits. So the Misfits are out on stage, ready to take on a team. And what we've seen from both of these teams, when conventional wisdom would say they might struggle in front of a crowd like this, they have not. They have been playing some of the best Counter-Strike we have seen this year in the Pro League. So taking them on, as I said before, they are giant killers. Please welcome to this stage, it is my men. Are you ready? Yes, you are. It is the HellRaisers. Well, let's hope their tactics are better than their entrance, but they are so pumped, ready for it. They were going to go straight to it. So, our teams are ready. Guys, you're now ready. Take up those machines. Get ready to play, because we have a second quarter-final. It is the Misfits taking on these boys here. It is going to be some quarter-final. Are you ready for this? I'm not hyping it anymore. Let's get our second quarter-final underway.
Hype appropriately achieved, OJ, and now HellRaisers will be taking on the Misfits in a full 3-map affair. We did the vetoes before the walk-ins, and we do know exactly which battlegrounds this will be going down on, but now it's time to put them under a microscope and decide where those win conditions lie, what needs to be done in order to see one of these teams in that semi-final spot. Chad, I'll let you take us off with those North American/Frenchies Misfits.
So we had Sick having a fantastic game for them when they went up against North through in the group stage. I think that's a win condition they're going to need again, because he plays over towards that B-bomb side. Had a bit of a field down the CT side, and then there's something else to note as well, and this just kind of leads towards one or two things happening on the side of Misfits on the T side. Then they had 4 opening frags on their T side. They still won 8 rounds, right? So that's a fantastic little conversion there. That means they're either really good at trading, or they have really good mid-round decision-making. So it's one of the two, right? And this is something we should need to look towards for them to be able to continue, or maybe finding more opening kills. So there's a couple of little win conditions there.
Well, it sounds like we're going to be seeing more from them as well. The individuals that you're mentioning, Chad, who do we have to list for the HellRaisers side then, Jacob? I mean, who are we going to have our eyes on? Because Woxic had a bit of a fantastic blowout performance with the AWP on Overpower.
I mean, Cobblestone is one of those maps where an AVP player is allowed to move around. He can go A side on the CT side, he can go B side, he can be versatile, he can move around. Yeah. So definitely Woxic needs to have some sort of a game. Also a very preventable part of like closing down or shutting down an attack, you know, on the T side. You need an op to hit the first shot, you know, to slow down the attacks and get time to rotations. Cobble is a map that is all about rotations. If you can do them fast, if you can read what your opponents are doing, then you get ahead of yourself and get into a good position. So I feel Vox is going to be one of those. Angel, obviously as well, the in-game leader. He's one of the best, if not the best, fracking in-game leader in the entire world, and he needs to have a good game, because the way he calls is also by feeling, also by, you know, by how well he feels the game. And if he has a good game, he also tends to call better and makes his teammate believe that he's doing better than he maybe even is.
I know that feeling very well. When you get off to a good start, you know, and you're finding those kills, you make better calls, you just get that confidence behind it, and that's something which is going to be very important for Angel and the HellRaisers going into this matchup, Alex.
All right, it's time to raise hell. It's going to be them versus Misfits as we jump into our first map, Cobblestone. Let's see how this one goes down.
Thank you very much, Alex. Yes, HellRaisers and Misfits. It's 2 unexpected teams that have both been the dark horse, respectively, and now they meet off head-to-head on Cobble to start things off.
They do indeed. It will be the Misfits done on the T side here. Forza Tzvama, they've got the Molotov, the flashbangs, but no smoke, interestingly enough. I assume they'll go for something quite fast here, but Issa trying to lock it down. Nice tech trying to kick things off. He finds the opening straight away, making a double, getting the dink on the third as well, and he wants a little bit more.
Definitely do that. Sits vulnerable, but still manages to get the shot back with the Glock. So the headshot prevails, otherwise it would have been massive achievement from Issa. It's still quite remarkable when you look at what remains. Devo on 7, Sean and Sick. They've had to slow things down, and spending so much time out toward B in that duel. Look at the positioning that Voxic's able to achieve. He's already pushed up in behind them, so they'll go down, drop, and rotate around instead. But for sure, they can't rotate back down B tunnels, which therefore means Dead Fox can do exactly this. Work up and push off toward Connector, because there's no other way to access the A site, and a great hold from the CT side.
Yeah, so what you want about the tactics of Misfits, they don't even get a chance to show us what they're capable of there. Completely shut down off the get-go. It's Dead Fox with 2, Issa with 2 also, and Misfits didn't even get a chance to get in towards that B-bomb site. They will be force buying into the second round here. They'll bring out CZs, PD50s, and a Deagle. They've got a few smokes to work with. Usually you want to be dropping a set piece on these sort of rounds, and we'll see whether that comes in towards B. I would assume the wall of smokes will be deployed momentarily. They've already been sent out. Flashbangs to come in. Amanek can lead the charge.
Look inside. Fetz has to back off. Smoke's down. He's caught. He looks toward Chicken Coop, expecting them to go wide side. They actually pushed through the first smoke. There was a gap inside of it, whether by design or not, I'm uncertain, but either way, they found the kill. Fetz down early, although they trade off Almanac. They're able to get the bomb planted, and Sick is able to get up toward the cubby with the rifle picked up. Great position to be in, but goes aggressive. Rather than trying to hold the angle, it never even gave his teammates a chance to double peek with him, and unfortunately, that's going to leave just Shazam. Good shot with the Deagle, no less. I say just Shazam. Devo Duvek's still in this. I should take that back. He's out toward Chicken Coop, and he's gone undetected because he's popped out to find Dead Fox. He still finds himself in a one-on-one. Low HP for Voxic. I shouldn't say low, but mid HP. Good enough for the CZ to pop out and find the headshot.
Lovely little set piece off the bat there. We saw the smokes being deployed from T-Spawn, the flashbangs going over, and unfortunately HellRaisers can't get anything done. It comes down to the 1 versus 1, but Misfits managing to pick that first round on the board of the 4 spy. In the second, you can see Devadubec up against Voxic to close things out. They will be having a 4 spy up against him in round number 3 here at CZs, and the scout for Dead Fox. He was the former sniper of this team. Fall back to a more rifle role, and we'll see if we can get anything done here with this scout in hand.
Angel, already been boosted up, knows that they're drop toward the B hulls. Not spotted as of yet. Devil should be the one to walk into this. Arm shows, he fires early, manages still to chase him down knowing that the gun wasn't drawn. So 1 kill and back away, right call to make. No gun gathered from it. Still the advantage to work with. Sean starts to evaluate, therefore back over toward the opposite side of the map, and Dead Fox will have to be the one to garner the information fast enough because they've gone for essentially a 4-1 stack toward the B site.
Indeed they have. For now, we have got some long A control, but the bomb's not there. They can come back. They might do now as Sean does find Dead Fox. That's the scouts. And will almost certainly be heading towards A now, so towards connector. Angel will rotate through. I don't think he can do much about this one. He does make his way towards the bomb site. Obviously, this sees at a close range weapon. We'll see whether he can get things done.
And I don't think Sean spotted him because he threw the nade out, which means Sean could be sitting in the open if Angel's able to turn fast enough. A good find, therefore, by Sick. And the other 2 will back off. So 2 in a row for Misfits. After losing pistol, you said tactics. Well, we're starting a chance to see it now. Issa's gone and picked up an additional smoke to go along with the armor and deagle, as well as the UMP that was dropped early on in the round. We'll see one more save from the HellRaisers side before we get underway.
They will be at least having this UMP to work with. There is armor there as well with the CZ, so definitely worthwhile. He can drop that deagle that Issa's got to a teammate. He's got a smoke to bring to the next round as well, but overall it's going to be Misfits with quite the clean affair here. Sean with 2, back towards A, nice and methodical. We didn't get much of a chance to discuss this one, but obviously this is a surprising quarterfinal.
Very much so, yeah.
I don't think many people saw this one coming when we looked at the groups, but it's nice to see. Obviously you don't get to see Sean on the stage too often these days, and he's bringing the team here, and they've had some impressive results. They've actually looked pretty solid.
Well, as we mentioned, there won't be a buy from the CTs in this round either because they can't really afford to do so. I think even Issa dropped over his deagle to Angel because he has the UMP, so they'll try and distribute what they've got to work with. Once again, they elect to go for a 4-1 split.
We'll see whether that CZ's deagles can have any sort of impact here. Very unlikely. Misfits have the MAC-10 to throw into a bomb site first if they see fit and see whether there's a stack towards B. That's normally quite common towards drop down especially. Molotov's deployed, he's trying to flush out all these close range angles. Behind the boxes in the cubbyhole towards Hobbit. And same approach again, 2 players towards long A. That's going to be Sean just getting information here, dissecting the map, and Dead Fox once again will be his primary target. Amanek beats him to the punch, and that's going to be the A bomb site completely open for business once again. They haven't committed towards B, as you can see. It was a bit of a information gathering operation, but now they'll be falling back with pretty much the exact same outcome as the previous round.
Inconsequentially missed the flash, but I still like to point it out.
Well, you've got to sometimes, haven't you?
You got to. He's got to look at it. Shazam works his way up toward the site. Voxic's already been contact through the door, and Angel's gone down to Sick. Ooh, good shot from Devadubec as he actually gets inside of the vent, but another round quite cleanly picked up. Izza with the UMP will at least upgrade to a FAMAS. There was a time in which we wouldn't call that an upgrade. In fact, he doesn't think it is.
Well, what's going to be interesting next round is we've got an abundance of lesser weaponry here. We've got the UMPs, the MAC-10s, only 1 AK. Sick will almost certainly pick up an AK into the next round. He could buy the AWP, but this is removing some of that potential.
Issa's actually gone back to this, I think, strictly to try and get exit kills because he wants the frag money from the SMG, exactly that. So Devadubec goes down, that's fine. He knows he's going to be able to buy in the next round. And you're right, there is lesser weaponry. It's almost a bonus round sort of out of sequence in the fact that we don't go 3-0 before we get it. Naturally, they'll buy everyone else onto stronger weaponry. So Sean, okay, Devo's going to upgrade as well, but they have Sean on the AK and an AWP for Shazam.
Shazam was very impressive in the group stages, I have to say. Didn't expect too much from him, but he certainly delivered. He'll be up against Voxic, of course. He's been one of the strongest orbits in the tournament so far. Fast B approach. They know the money could be low for the CTs, which absolutely is. No helmets really there, but Sick can't get the first frag. Angel looking solid so far, and the rest of his team is far behind. No one committing just yet, but they finally jump over the wall. Need to start finding some frags now.
Sick got wrecked by a nade before he can even take the fight. Devo snuck up undetected entirely. They were looking behind the statue, and he's able to pop out, take down 2 Voxic, only with 1 in response, and he's got to fall off. He's a glass cannon. It does not have a kit, and Dead Fox, although he has a smoke and a can of flames, he also doesn't have much of a say. So he'll back off at another round of Misfits. 4-1, starting off very, very well on the Cobblestone T side. And HellRaisers, obviously we casted sort of the later games of each of the group stage days. We casted Group B both times. We didn't see much of them directly, you and I. But they were certainly impressive in getting here.
They definitely were. And that's a really common, well, like you said, it wasn't a real first gun round here, but with the 4 spies coming through, it made a bit of a weird situation. It's 3-1 before the first real rifle round comes through. Misfits know they're controlling the economy, they're dictating the pace right now, straight in towards B, and this is a bit of a shame. How are HellRaisers allowing Devoduet to get that close, having no pressure towards him whatsoever? They just didn't expect a player to come by the tree area. I think that's a bit of a misplay and miscommunication coming through from HellRaisers there. And in terms of their buy going to this round, they're not all in. They have saved over the AWP and Famus. That's Angel and Issa with the pistols. And it's going to be 4-1, and Misfits heavily favored to win this round. You can see Voxic, he knows he has to step up here. He can't just rest on his laurels at the back of the site. He has to actively look for that first kill. Shazam will be waiting for him though. The flashbang will be decent though. You'll see that coming any second. But easy shot. Flashbang not actually that effective at all.
Nope. Interesting position on the wide side of the box.
You can see what they're trying to do with the Molotovs there. Is drop it on top of the orb, so it wasn't able to be recovered. But Fetz does get it. And they can probably fall back towards the A side now. Knowing that orb's down, it's going to be a long while before it transitions. So they're trying to pounce. But that's a really nice smoke from Dead Fox. Buys the team some rotation time.
Clear that corner behind the doorway. They seem to think after the smoke went in, he transitioned. They sprayed it as well. Dead Fox does not want to move. Sean, Shazam, and Devo all in position to try and take middle away from him. But that means also bypassing the AWP of Fetz, who's staring straight down. Close angle, but slow peek. Devo walks immediately into it. They at least trade back onto Dead Fox. Sean gets it, but with only 10 HP remaining. Still, though, it's the man advantage. And he'll be beneficial if he can trade off toward Issa, who's going to get in behind. Ooh, the stables. And in fact, Fetz does very well because he finds Sean, who is going for that exact kill that leaves Shazam on the pistols. Got to run down. Issa can't do it. And they'll recover from being a man down.
Well played, HellRaisers. Desperate round at that point. Didn't really have much to work with there. 1 FAMAS, the AWP, and the pistols. They managed to come out on top. That should kickstart their campaign now as we head into round number 7. The money's starting to stabilize somewhat. They have a full buy, AK in the hands of Angel. Fuse kits available and a full array of utility. Shazam still on the AWP, as this looks like a similar tactic to what we saw in round number 2. The smoke's deployed very early on. They'll be focusing towards B. You can have variations of this if required. Not all in straight away. They're waiting to see if they can bait out the utility perhaps here. Lead out the CTs for everything they're worth. Still though, 3 incendiaries and 4 smokes. It hasn't done too much for them.
Trying to find a small gap if he can toward the cubby at the end of the long corridor. Got a deep smoke down as well, but that's not going to deter Sick's position at all. The Molotov forces Sean forward. Sean has to fight. Surprisingly, Sick doesn't step out and try and take the duel with him, because now Fetz is able to not only get Sean, but he follows that up with Shazam and gets away. It's the man advantage, which could have easily gone the other way, I have to say, if I think Sick was a little bit more aggressive from the top of the box. Sick will get Sick as well on entry. Omnic manages to at least get the op down. But they need a kill quickly towards Fetz. Tag to 19. He's got to back away from it. Dead Fox is there to back him up and drop the bomb. And that should be the round in itself, but Devo's still going to try his best with the AK. Watch for the flank, though, on his right.
4-3. HellRaisers starting to come to life now. That's much better. Misfits, as I said, trying to bait out the utility with the early smokes. Suggests they're going for that early set piece once again. It's a nice idea, but HellRaisers didn't take the bait whatsoever. And that should be the first pause being called by the Misfits. As Fets getting the job done there with the M4A4. Nice utility use there towards the end. Dropping the Molotov in the corner and holding them at bay. They didn't even get close to the bomb site. And it's going to be 4-3 now. Presumably, with this timeout called, we will have the full eco here. Doesn't look like we're investing much at all. Just one P250 so far purchased by the North American side. It's running great. Still very early days here. Have a look at the scoreboards over here. Issa 9 kills and 5. He's certainly going to be at the very top of HellRaisers. Devaduvek top fragging for Misfits. 7-4 for him. Shazam hasn't really had to do too much of the AWP yet. We'll see if he can get rolling. As we said, he was quite impressive in the group stages. And Sick, just to know, has gone all in. He's got the PT-50, smoke flashbangs, head armor. Rest of his teammates hovering around the $1,500 mark, and it's going to be the same smokes deployed once again. Presumably they'll go all in with just the pistols here.
Dominic trying to get above the smoke, trying to get toward even a tree position, but loses himself on entrance. Does at least manage to get Devaduvek, help him to get a kill. Gets overwhelmed. They've got the man advantage suddenly, and a gun down inside of the smoke for them to recover. In fact, 2 of them, they've gotten an AK and an M4. So the post-plant position is actually reasonable. Devil checks coming, but looks away. Couldn't quite see it through the smoke that was still dissipating, so Devil managed to stay there a little bit longer and perhaps unwelcome to Angel's presence. Toxic. More like Voxic, but he is a little toxic with the AWP. Gets close, manages at least the kill on Devaduvek, but even though they're in a 2 versus 2, they still have to get ground, and they've done that quite quickly. Dead Fox with both.
Nice retake there. Looked like the round had fallen apart. Misfits with the set piece once again, using the smokes and the flashbang combination to get those CZ out of the upper platform. They get the first kill. It started to snowball, but the retake was very successful there from Voxic and Dead Fox. Dead Fox being one of the stand-up players for HellRaisers now for some time. At one point, the main AWP, and it was always said that if he was performing well, the team would. He made the transition to a rifler, and it's gone very well from him. After you've been quite impressed with him as we tie things up to 4-4. The bomb gets planted, but like we said, Sick going in the previous round. They'll only have the 3rd stage loss bonus and the extra $800 to work with, meaning he has the UMP. A little bit of utility, not the end of the world. This is a solid default now coming through. No, those smokes haven't been deployed at the very start of the round. They'll be presumably investigating towards long A again and seeing if there's any aggression coming in towards that upper platform. Amadek to spot for any AWP showing his presence there. That'll be Voxic, of course, but for now he holds towards the top and middle. Double AWPs are currently very in trend with the meta of the game, and we'll see them at some point, but HellRaisers still just getting things together and finding stability.
Shazam will back away. Interestingly, Peter from HLTV, your favorite stats man.
Oh, yes.
It's brought up the fact that even though Shazam was on Cloud9 for a period of time and then Echo Fox, he's not really played on a lot of the big stages because Cloud9 didn't have favorable results during his tenure there.
That's true.
He and Sempus departed together when their time came. They exited B together, one might say. Omnic will get Angel. Before he found Devaduvek, it's Dead Fox to give the advantage yet again, favorably to HellRaisers. Sick is trying his best to get into a position that he could potentially catch them off. He's done well to get towards the murder hole, but they need to get the balcony. They need to cover off the player inside of the site. That's Voxic, and his AWP already finds Amanek. That's going to make things even worse for them because there's no chance they'll surprise if he's already looking in that direction. This is on the flank. Bomb goes down, and they now know exactly where Sick is. Nade goes in. That's going to do massive damage, and he gets caught and found from Fets.
HellRaisers looking very comfortable at this point. They have won 4 rounds in a row. Everyone seems to be turning up in the fragging department, and Misfits starting to run out of ideas at the defaults, yielding not really too much success in the early picks. They've got that B execution worked a couple of times, but remember that was with the 2nd round force buy, and with pistols again, it came down to the 1 versus 1. They'll be stuck with a similar sort of setup with the CZ, the PD-50s, and the Deagle. Same smokes deployed. It has been working, so why not give it a go again? Those flashbangs will be strong. Presumably, though, I'd be dropping the incendiaries if I'm HellRaisers at this point, or just getting right in their face. It's that with the 4-man spray down. That's not bad at all. One of the aces, Shazam will shut him down as we go into a very difficult situation where the bomber's down, and I like that a lot from it. So knowing those smokes, and he's seen them before, jumps in the faces and just denies them any sort of entry towards the B bomb site. Very well controlled. And Will be a nice clean round there for HellRaisers. 6-4 now, 5 rounds in a row, maximum loss bonus. You can see caught their nades out, didn't see it coming. He's not letting them get close to the side once again. As we get into round number 11, interesting, Issa goes for the MP9. Out of all the weapons, he's got so much money available to him. He's got 6k residual, and he's opted for that weapon. It's definitely viable in terms of like the areas towards the drop down. That's where he'll be playing. He's boosted up his teammate Angel with a little bit of a help from an incendiary there. See if he can get anything done here. It's interesting after getting 4 kills, he'd go straight to that MP9. Maybe assuming it was an eco.
Sam behind the smoke is getting very, very close to discomfort. Again, you might want to suggest doing it with, but not many players on the other side of it all with AK-47. Smokes go down, he has to back away, gets tagged up in the process, but not by much. Still sits on 87. Still sure he's above. Shazam and Sean actually find Angel and Issa, but Fitz actually goes all the way around. He's elected to stay behind the statue. He's watching wide side smoke. Last time he played here, he was caught. He was caught from the right side of the statue. This time it's to the left. Sean just getting a gap and able to take him down to get the bomb planted. Sick is more than ready for this as well.
Yeah, this should be a done round now for Misfits. Voxic has to hit a tremendous shot. He has no idea that Sick will be here. Execution coming through. And now Dead Fox in a very unlikely situation, but he started off well. 2 low HP players remaining. The bomb is down, remember. He's got the kit and a smoke. This could become a little uncomfortable here for Misfits.
Very uncomfortable. Dead Fox down. Sick has played on a big stage, although you might not know it. He was with TSM, actually with Semphis at the time, at ECS Season 1 in London. First time that they were at the... What was the stadium? You should know it. I should know it.
The Copper Box, was it?
No. That was at the O2.
Oh, the Pro League Finals, did you say?
ECS Finals.
ECS Finals. That was at Wembley.
There we go.
Wembley
That's
Arena.
You can tell I'm not from the UK. That's like a given name. But he played on that stage, obviously, with, at that time, Automatic and Twist.
That's true. That was feels like a lifetime ago at this point. Either way, it's round number 12, and will be Misfits with another successful B execution there. We have the pause coming in. HellRaisers, like we said, plenty of cash. It was a little bit strange for me that the MP9 came out. Could have had the range and the rifle in hand. Plenty of money to do so, but opted against it. Got aggressive on that upper platform. Take it down, well, at least damage through the smoke. They knew that's where the SMG lied, and they fully committed, and they've had a lot of success towards B. Execution is on point. All the smokes seen about 3 or 4 times now. It's a lovely stage.
Yeah, good look at all of the different angles presented to the audience, including the mini-map on the top left, which I think is integral. Gives you a much better insight to the round. Dead Fox, speaking of minimap, is the only one over toward A at this point in time. Fox is close by his top connector, but Dead Fox is well and truly out toward the corner of A with an M4. The rest will be ready for the B hit. Misfits has put a lot of pressure on the B tunnels early on in rounds. I haven't seen them have much success over toward the A site with straight executions. Sean will slowly go back in that direction, but Dead Fox is getting more and more inquisitive, and we know that he's flanked a few times. Both he and Voxic have had turns fumbling in from behind. This time he's going to get caught out. Ominic just happens to be in the right spot at the right time. 5 seconds sooner, Dead Fox might have caught them off.
5 on 4. Lovely shot from Amanek. This is the default once again. Successful so far. Dead Fox tried to get aggressive, but shut down. And now they've got some great map control here. They've pushed the CTs right back at the A bomb site. Never do Vec in towards the drop down area. This has got a lot to watch here. As you can see, trying to change his attention between the upper platform where they're coming, but he's backed up by his teammate. Nice work from Fetz there, using the bomb site to his advantage. He finds 3 kills. It might not be enough, though. Voxic left in the 2 versus 1. There's no kit to work with in the AWP in hand, but the bomb not yet planted. He could come in and deny that. He's coming in very quickly indeed. Doesn't pre-fire the smoke, but gains some decent ground towards the platform itself. He shouldn't be able to win this without the kit, but certainly possible as the first shot comes in.
Decent shot back from Devaduvek, however. Misfits managed to claw one more round away, and in fact, they'll get the AWP just before the round turned over. So 6-6. 6-round CT side is still remarkable for HellRaisers. A lot of teams struggle to get high rounds on the defense of this map. There's not much you can do to be aggressive, but man, oh man, what a flurry of frags on the way through. Another brawl. Izza leads the way. 15 kills for him. Bet's behind on 10. 12 leads the way as Devaduvek takes charge for Misfits. And a timeout called. It's tactical. Angel's the one to call it.
That's 2 rounds in a row now for the Misfits. Nice opening pick. Managed to disrupt the defense and spread them very thin indeed. They had to have 2 players towards A, 2 of B. Had drop down control. Just a really nice fundamental round there coming in from Misfits to tie things up. In terms of the money for HellRaisers, they're okay. They're not in a fantastic position. That's why they're having to take the pause right now and work out how they distribute the welfare. That's an Angel already bought in, so presumably the teammates will join them by a bit of armor here. There we go. So the full commitment comes through with CZs, 3 M4s, and the FAMAS. You can see Voxic with a little bit of extra cash there. Here's the AWPer of the team, so he doesn't want to spend absolutely everything. So it's round number 13. Stick with the UMP this time. Nice bit of run and gun. Farm some extra cash. He knows the money's going to be low. Got 3 players with our helmets there as well. It's a very viable weapon at this stage of the game. And once again, it's that default coming through of Sean. The in-game leader is getting information on the other side of the map. He wants to push any CTs back here. They haven't had a ton of presence towards the very mouth of Long A like this. So he's happy to walk up here with pretty much nothing. He hasn't really deployed too much in terms of the smoke or the flashbangs. That's a brave peek to walk on that corner with nothing. He smokes it connected. This is a full-on fake map. He just wants to show presence here and pull maybe 1 player away from that B-bomb side. His teammates, as you can see on the minimap, getting ready to just drop everything.
And he's done it. Angel's gone back inside of that smoke because he doesn't want to be isolated and caught out if they do hit the A site. They need to go now on B, though. The longer they wait with no further presence, the longer or less the chances that the rotations go back the other direction. So a single smoke at long in front of him may encourage HellRaisers that there still is people in presence in that position because they don't want to walk through a smoke timidly. Surprisingly, Angel's still there without any other further information.
Well, that's the whole problem. They have nothing to work with it. They know they've lost Long A. That timing's horrible. The moment he throws a smoke, they come out. The flashbangs come in. Duvek opens things up. Make it a double. Issa now by himself. As we said, the rotation play from Storm was very successful. And that's going to be round done. He wins it single-handedly, but just getting that long A control reading. They haven't had too much in terms of aggression towards that side of the map. He gets towards the end, throws the smoke. Angel takes the bait. And I have to say, Issa very unlucky there with the time. Sorry, I think it was Fetz. As he got caught with the smoke in his hand.
It was Issa on the tree, yeah, absolutely. I mean, in some ways, he didn't get spotted either, but you're right. If he had had the gun ready, it was an easy free kill on the way through.
Just as he gets the smoke out, that's when they decide to go all in.
So Misfits take back the lead after the timeout call from HellRaisers, 7-6. We get into round 14. No surprise, we've seen some slower pace in this game. Sean versus Angel. In terms of strat calling, Sean doesn't need to get too aggressive here, but finds Voxic pretty straightforward. Will go down, though, to Dead Fox and gets an AK. There's no one close enough to get in behind, so...
I thought they were going to get the knives out and try and get all in there, but they will let him survive. Remember, this is only 3rd stage loss bonus now. We'll take another pause for HellRaisers as Misfits take the lead once again. Duvek, great job. He's been playing very well indeed. Currently sits at 14 kills and 9 deaths. It's great to have the in-game leaders that go make those sort of plays like Sean did towards Long A. He's the brains behind the operation. He's making the calls. He has the final say. If you send one of your riflers over towards that position, sure, they might be a better fragger than you, but they have to give you the information, then you have to make the call. Sean can wait for the perfect opportunity to do. See, 3 players he wants over there, hear the footsteps, see what utility's been deployed, then he can give a good, educated guess as to when the perfect time is to go. He calls it to perfection there. He stays alive. He manages to take down one of the surviving players as well. And it will be 7-6 in favor of Misfits, and it looks like they forced out an eco. Dead Fox with the AK-47. You get to defuse kit as well, an incendiary and a smoke, just to see if there is any chance they can win this one. They're to buy up in the next round. They've got about 2K per player, with a little bit of investment they've made. But always a chance, like we said. Dead Fox has been a potent force in the HellRaisers side in the last few months.
So again, going to wait toward B, this time with the Deagle, a lot closer, not on tree. I buy a power sticker on that one, it seems. Dead Fox will get, again, aggressive toward A. He's the only one on this side of the map at all with the rifle. And they're going to bypass him. They're, in fact, already out middle, so they're already rushing toward the A side. He could catch them off potentially in transition, maybe get 1, possibly even 2 kills if they aren't cognizant to the fact they could be there, but he misses the shots. That's going to turn the attention, and Ominic very quickly puts him down. Sick wins his duel as well against Angel. He's gone low on HP. Good headshot from Fetz, therefore. Duvek did some damage to help that. still should be another round with the smokes down and the bomb included to Misfits to go 8-6.
Just these pistols to try and get anything out of this. Very unlikely to even find another kill here. Fets exploring the murder hole. And Sick to watch the balcony. I think they might just fall back here. You've got some body armor on Fets, but I don't know if that's actually worth saving. You don't really need the helmets against the AK-47s. It's he's got low HP and only a deagle. It's not likely to be very beneficial to him. He can at least wait for footsteps and see if there's a chance of keeping players by the bomb and making them go down with the blast radius. Voxic will be joining Issa in the grave. And Fets, like we said, he's got the armor, he's got that CZ. Definitely usable going into round number 15 here. But Misfits looking very good on the T side. They had a bit of a slump in the mid stages there. The executions of default weren't really working out for them. It just felt like it was Misfits kind of working out how HellRaisers are going to be operating this game, what kind of defenses they got towards long air. They're getting aggressive there, they're moving the AWP around. Once they got that information, it seems like they've been looking very sharp indeed. It is the final round, and Voxic with the AWP. The AWPers haven't had a massive amount of presence in this game so far. You haven't seen any crazy maneuvers for Shazam. Voxic hasn't had the best of games here. He's currently on 7 kills. So the AWP's not really been that influential.
See if that changes in the hands of Voxic. Toward the B site, Shazam is not willing to take any further steps. He'll just watch to make sure anyone going toward the Hobbit hole is found. Deadfox plays reverse angle this time and does have support. Could potentially bait him in the form of Angel. Zeus for Devaduvek.
Always worth mentioning on Cobblestone. It can actually do a bit of damage. I don't think we'll see it this round.
Highly
this
doubted.
stage. When you've got the AK and the CZ, you probably don't bring out the Zeus.
That's more of the I have money, I need to spend it.
Yeah, it's the swag factor, right? You got everything. You high roll it.
He's gotten rid of all of his grenades, but Sean Gears starts to lead the way over toward A. I'll join the bottom of middle, so late half we've seen a lot more A than at the start. Angel again wants to bait Deadfox in, but now he knows he's got problems because they're coming up from the mid ramp as well. Just finds one, goes down immediately after. Deadfox steps out to go for the shot against Eminuk, loses that directly, even though he smoked himself off. Sean could have easily pushed through for the trade. And the next in the sight to stop them is Fets. Sean stops up and spots him perfectly underneath the balcony. And although Issa sprays down Shazam in transition, it goes 9-6 for Misfits.
Really been enjoying these defaults from Misfits towards the end. They've worked out the game plan of HellRaisers and it's bullying the rotations, finding the opening picks. It's been Amanek and Devaduvek that have really been lining up the scoreboard. Both the top 17 and 10 respectively. And that will be the 9-6 half. Can HellRaisers come back from this one whatsoever, Matthew? I'm not so sure. Should we take a break?
We should, and then we'll be right back to find out. Map 1, 9-6 Misfits at half. Well, the dark horse is head-to-head in our second quarterfinal. Half is 9-6 in favor of Misfits. They did very well on the T side. Having not won the pistol, they responded well and swiftly with an eco. And now control things. This is from On Fire Anders. It feels like the atmosphere at Odense is for ESL Pro League finals is great. I can't read. Excited to see more events done well on Danish soil. Hope everyone is having a grand time. Thank you, Simulation Master Anders. I think you are having a good time, Henry.
Oh yeah, I'm having a great time. I absolutely agree with the number 1 Creamy Bear there. We've got the number 2 at this event, but he's my favorite.
Well, he's with us in spirit. The Danish legend that is Anna's. Oh, what a shot. He does like to be called. Second damage is swift as well as he puts Dead Fox down to 16, gets away, knives through the vent. That lets Fates get a lot closer. He's already wrapping around behind the APC, but he's greeted by Devo Duvek again. Omnic standing above, and I think Devo actually hit the shot while jumping in, if I'm not mistaken. I thought it was the other way around, but certainly not. Shazam shuts it out this time. Misfits.
Oh yes.
Are swimmingly going to win the pistol.
Yeah, it's looking very good indeed. Dead Fox, the last remaining player. I've been very impressed with this little French combo that Misfits have got. We discussed this earlier in the week. It was a strange pickup, right, considering they were relatively unknown players in the European scene to be shipped over to America and join this sort of lineup. I don't think anyone had very high hopes for them. We haven't seen much of them this year, but they managed to do it at the NA Minor, and they're going to go to the major qualifier, and now they're here on the main stage at a pretty stacked tournament. So they've been performing well. I've been quite impressed with them. Nice little execution towards A, and Misfits find double digits first. HellRaisers all in with the second round force by here. Even Voxic joining them with the armor and CZ.
Sean, drop room, wouldn't actually see it. Just manages to take down 2 quite quickly, quite easily. Molotov go out toward long to hold them off as well. Fates will probe the danger room. Omnic has a gap of smoke that's far, far too large.
Yeah.
To contain?
Not great, is it?
No.
This will be taken down courtesy of that smoke, and it will be Voxic and Fets now to try and get anything done here. It's a 5-on-2 with no nades. Nothing more than a couple of pistols to work with here, and they don't really have amazing map control. They've got the end of long A, sure, but how did they even cross towards the bomb site here? Never do that with the rifle in hand. Trying to inflict that. He can afford to be a little bit risque, if you like. He will be taken down, but he's managed to tag up Fets a little bit there. 4-on-1, they know exactly where he is, and he upgrades to a deagle, if you like, with the range. But they should be shutting him down momentarily. They don't have to rush him here. They can be patient, but they want to get it done quickly.
Certainly they do. Fates tries to sneak back around. Omnic's still there, staring him down 11-6. For Misfits, a few body shots after he's gone down, but why not? Everyone loves a good body shot.
Well, we don't love a full ecos, and that's exactly what HellRaisers will be on to round number 18 here. There's Sean with his opening kills, very quick, and it was Angel and Deadfall trying to push through the smoke and surprise him, but you have to wake up pretty early in the morning to catch him out of position. Glocks, 1 PD50 for Angel. No bomb going down as of yet, and that'll be the objective in this round. It's very unlikely they do so, but if they can trade maybe 1 or 2 kills, have a snowball effect if they pick up fallen weaponry, they should be fine. But Sean here, he's got a bit of an exit strategy, watching for the first couple of players. His footsteps falls down to stop them jumping out the window. That's where they're coming towards.
Wow, pretty straightforward for Shazam and Sean.
Well, Sean didn't get to do much there. He was in position, ready for the frags.
Got an assist.
He got an assist. Oh dear, you look at the face. He's disgusted. He's taking 1 frags.
This is, of course, Misfits' pick on Cobblestone. We go to Overpass next. That's HellRaisers.
Indeed. There'll be no chance of the AWP, though, in round number 19. There's actually 2 Galils here. So this suggests they're going for maybe more of a set piece eventually. They want to be able to have execution potential there. They could have brought out 5 AKs, but Angel and Deadfox wouldn't have the utility to go with it. As we have a bit of aggression here towards long A. Joined by Amanek. French combo going to town along A. It's going to be mid-control, though, from the HellRaisers. Bombs there as well. It should be an A split to finish things up with Issa and Deadfox waiting in the B halls, potentially trying to get some drop-down control here. Middle successful so far, using the smoke to push the CTs back. They're going to be focusing towards danger. Presumably a flashbang comes in now. There it is. Amanek just trying to buy some time. Spots them. He'll probably just try and protect his teammate here. David Dubek is waiting the other side, trying to get some aggro. But CB Angel to the first frag, and they'll try and crack open the A-bomb site here.
Good entrance thus far. Voxic's going to add to it. Down goes Omnic. 5 versus 3. Low HP for Dead Fox, but rotations are going to have to be solid. And well encouraged, specifically for Shazam. He's got to push through a smoke. He's done that, but he's gone down immediately. They find Sick as well. Duvek's still on the site. It was the lurk that found... Oh, it was the lurk that found, I was going to say, Sick offside on B, but if he'd taken the bomb in the second kill, you might have given him a chance to reposition in that timing.
Well, that was one of those interesting rounds where Misfits had the 3-0. They had residual UMPs, the Famouses as well. This is where things become a little bit more interesting. We get the double orbs out, we get the rifles. This is a proper gun round at this point. HellRaisers with their first on the board, but after the reinvestment, they're sitting around 2K per player. Certainly a lot of reset potential there. The smokes are deployed from the CTs nice and early just to deny a rush and give them a chance to get an open position. It's Amanek who goes aggressive at the very start. There's not many positions you can find opening picks on Cobblestone with the AWP, but middle doors is certainly one of them. And he'll take down Angel. Nice job. And they can fall back to a more defensive line at this point.
So walks back in toward drop. Still a smoke down. Sean's below. Will be revealed, but that won't matter because this is not going to be so careless as to push through Molotov greedily. Dominic still has his off toward A. It's gone very passive after the first pick. The second one is inside B on the statue. He'll play off of an aggressive rifle in the hands of Sick. He's due to make contact next, I would say. Flashes over. He'll know that they're inside of the hallway. It's all about timing his peak at this point in time. Molotov will go behind him and go deep. That'll cover the stairs. He can stay longer. Flash over, but he's got the time with Issa. He's heard the sound. Q, he's timed it well. Goes back out and the Hunter goes hunting, but unfortunately goes down. It's Deadfox to get the kill, but that brings in the AWP and Shazam. He'll close it out quite quickly.
Very well done there by Misfits. Sick especially there. Could hear all the footsteps. He's very patient. He didn't overstep the mark until they're right up there and committed to looking towards the bomb site. He hears the footsteps, calls to the flashbang from his teammates. He gets 2 down, still stays alive, makes things very uncomfortable. They can't even get towards the bomb site there because he's bought himself an extra 3-4 seconds just by hiding behind the box. It gives Shazam a chance to get the information and knows they can't fall back. Perfect position with the AWP. Hits the last 2 shots, and like we said, a lot of reset potential there, especially with the bomb not going down. But yes, they've got the reset, about 13-7. They've got just beneath about 4K per player. They need to make a decision here. Do we go all in? Do we try and deny them getting close to match point? It looks like the answer is yes. 2 Galils, 1 AK-47. I'm sure almost a couple of pistols have to come out here. It goes with the UMP, and there's the CZ from Angel. Not looking too good for the HellRaisers here. Lights out on the group stages, turned a lot of heads. But this is going to be one very difficult round. Angel with no armor and just a pistol.
Tactical timeout called yet again, the 3rd called by HellRaisers in this game. Shazam once more will play on the statue. Doesn't have Sick up close to be aggressive this time around. In fact, it's Sean that's the next one nearby. He and Sick together, I thought they might go for the tree boost. Flash off. Shazam was blinded. Thankfully, Sick still had vision. He's able to pop out and get one, but Sean's down. Sick knows that means the alley is given up. He's got a transition, but inside of the smoke, he loses vision for a moment.
Yep.
It's enough for Issa to get the shot back in return, and they know Shazam is still out toward Chicken Coop. Great shot over the top of the wall to find Angel, flashing himself out, but no one exposed to his position as of yet. Is this wrapped toward drop? Fates is in the open, but Shazam's gone down. They're both extremely low, 2 and 4 HP, but Amanek has an AWP. He's going to back off of this, I think. If he had known, bomb's not planted. He's got to stay at least nearby. But if he knows, he could just go pistol and barge in.
Yeah, they'll know they've done damage, but was it to these final 2 players? They're not 100% sure. He's only got the USP as a sidearm. Like you said, they haven't planted yet, but they will do momentarily. He might decide just to save the AWP here. They're going to be reset here. Remember, there was HellRaisers on the previous round. This was a forced buy from them, and yes, Amanek looks like he will be saving the AWP. They can't really buy into the next round, but if they wanted to go for a force, certainly an option here. Probably hold up in the B halls and watch for some exits as this round comes to its end. But explore a little bit. See if he can find the first play. I don't think he has time really to justify a full retake here. Just looking for anyone he can, exiting towards that upper platform. Nice shot. That will do though. Back he goes. That's all he wanted. Keep them modest.
Absolutely. I mean, they were modest on 6 HP. Little did he know, Issa did very well to find the 3 kills inside of the site. And the first one, due in part to the fact that Sick gray screened himself mistakenly by walking inside of the smoke.
Yeah, that was like for a split second, but still, you can see how damaging it was. You lost track of where the teams would be coming from. Comes out of the gray screen, and all of a sudden it falls apart for him. If he gets 1 kill there, that round probably comes in their favor. But there it is. A lifeline for the HellRaisers. I think we'll take a partial buy here. These can always be deadly though. Shazam. Quite impressive AWP at this tournament. We'll see whether he can win the round single-handedly. We're going for a B execution, but the bomb's not there, so I doubt they fully commit. They are lining up all the smokes. Fox to throw in the flashbangs. Not even going to commit one player towards his side of the map. Just pulling the rotation. You can see that's worked perfectly. It's going to be the 8 split eventually.
Sean, he saw the first one actually go by and cleverly let him go. Took down Izza, who then thought it was clear because of that, but Dead Fox is able to respond third one through. So they have the information as to where they've gone and toward the drop room, but the problem is they don't have anyone inside of the A site.
It's a nice little strategy, that one. You're smoking off towards the drop down in front of the connector doors and going through the window, looking for that trade, and you've got your teammates ready towards the A bomb site as well. It means once you have connector control just like this, the CT's going to have an absolute nightmare trying to retake. But Shazam still going to give it a good go there. Nice close range shot to take down Angel. Oh. A second as he gets Dead Fox at the same time. Bomb yet to be planted. This is certainly realistic. He's got one player towards long A as well. They won't be expecting Amanek to be coming from that position. Or will they? Apparently so.
Well, that's information at least for Shazam, so he has to focus on finding Foxic instead. Shadow is the problem. Spotted and pre-fired. They now know exactly what Shazam is up to. Giving it a go. 81 HP, but Foxic's got the lineup with the AK. And they'll grab the AWP back and find themselves their 9th round, so 13-9, and we get a timeout from Misfits as a result.
There will indeed be a timeout here. Shazam, good effort in the connector. Hits 2 quite impressive shots there. He gets one beef connector. Like he said, he had the information from his teammate. We could have been onto something quite promising. Not meant to be, though. As we take the timeout, it will be Devaduvek on 20 kills. Amanek not far behind at 16. On the HellRaisers side, we've got Issa, 21. Vets 14, Dead Fox 13. No one really lagging behind on either team. HellRaisers, though, with 2 in a row. And the money not amazing for Misfits. They can afford to take an eco around here. Maybe another partial buy as they rack up the loss bonus. Looks like exactly that will be coming through. CZs, a couple of smokes, the Deagle, 3 sets of armor. Got 2 HE grenades as well. If they can hear the rush coming towards B, they can drop those. It could be a 5-man B stack. As we go into round number 23, Misfits with still a nice considerable lead. That B rush will come through. They can drop the nades right now, which they do. They're not going to be perfect, but they'll do a little bit of damage there.
Just a little bit onto Izza. Remember, Misfits did choose this map. Pressure on them to close it. Stack once more, and this time it looks like it might be in the right position. Because they don't cut back through the drop and go to A once more. Bomb is still waiting in the tunnels, however, so even if they don't all commit, they can run back, grab that, and head toward the opposite side of the map. Fox and Issa, 2 closest to the B entrance point.
Always a chance of the CZs here will be the full wall of smokes towards B, but the CZs will play in front of these smokes and could cause some damage.
6 been spotted. His ankle was showing as Issa walked around the corner. They know he's there. Manages to get the shot into him, but Sean and Devo stepped it back up. What from Shazam? At that range, popping out from KFC, he's got the Deagle. A not lovely headshot. Sean's actually gotten up and back down. He almost got away with the AK-47, but Angel was ready, and Voxic hits the shot. And HellRaisers take the round.
Brave call to make the wall of smokes there when you know you're up against a very weak buy. It's likely to have like the shotguns, the SMGs if they are brought into it, or they're just on pistols there. The wall of smokes means they will be playing in front of them, and that's when the CZs and the Deagles will do their best work. They're not going to be shying away behind the smokes or anything like that, but Shazam with a nice 1-dig there. Very uncomfortable. I like the jump from Sean there to get on the platform and steal the AK away. It wasn't meant to be, though. As we get into round number 24, the double orbs come out once again. I think that's 4 rounds in a row now for HellRaisers as we see them head towards the B bomb side once more. Good incendiary to set this back. Cost him a smoke. I'm not sure that was necessarily required. In terms of the orb setup. Amanek towards danger once again. He got the opening pick before, but no dice this time. And it's all 5 players for HellRaisers to start to make their way towards the B bomb site. Still with 2 smokes, all the flashbangs and molotovs required.
Shazam again inside of the site. With Statue, this time no one aggressive. 3 rounds in a row for HellRaisers. Angel sets for a Molotov to cover off E-Box, sign of the drop. To complement his entry as well. As the flames extinguish, he'll continue to push in the same direction. Fates does get Devaduvek well over toward A, but they don't want to go on that, interestingly enough. Good find from Angel. He knew what he wanted to do with that position inside a drop, but Shazam that comes back around. Angel again with a good headshot.
Yeah, that's really nice from Angel. His second kill into the round, they're going to have full control of the B-bomb side. Angel still wants to fight here. Nice spray, there's a little bit of damage there, but Dead Fox will pick up the kill towards drop down. There's another round on the board for HellRaisers. They're not done just yet. It looked a little bit bleak at one point, but chaining a lot of rounds together now with 4 players surviving once again. And we'll be at 4 stage loss bonus after losing this round, Misfits, which means $2,900 to each player. Sick will save the M4. Where's Devaduvek, though, pushing towards long A? You could see how that affected his teammates. As soon as he pushed out a little bit, he said, right, it's clear, definitely going to be a B. Everyone rotated over, but then he got taken down. It throws a spanner into works and makes it very confusing. And Sick desperately tries to hold on to the M4A4. It looks like he probably will. Can't see one player making his way towards T-spawn. That's Fetz. He probably can spot him from the Rapunzel Tower here. He can. Oh, he's looking at it. There it is.
Didn't even realize it at first.
A 1 bullet in the end, so it's fine. Could have got a bit dicey.
All for naught. 4 rounds now in a row for HellRaisers. 13-11, and things get very awkward on the Misfits side.
Yeah. Nice work from Angel, though. That's really crisp. See the in-game lead of HellRaisers as well. Always been a really, really strong fragger. Like, arguably one of the highest fraggers in-game leaders we have in the game. So great to see him performing like that. Another Rico for Misfits. That lead slipping away now. This should be 13-12. As we have a bit of presence towards drop down from HellRaisers. They've actually committed to that. Be another ace player. You can throw the MAC-10 in. If you find a stack like this, say, yep, get in towards A. They're completely swarming that B-bomb site. Angel with another great round. Just single-handedly wins it right there with that nice movement towards the window. And they should be able to walk away with this round quite simply. But one player, Amanek. He gets 1, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Angel's got the information. They're both towards B. He might go down here, but the round's certainly in the bag.
Love it. Keep going. Angel caught him. Devo stopped it up. And it's 1 round to separate them. A comeback from HellRaisers that's looking very formidable. Lost pistol. What was a bonus round for Misfits, and then lost the subsequent. You would have thought it was over at that point in time, but they've recovered tremendous style. And pressure on for Misfits. Back to the guns. It's Shazam on a single op this time around. And Shazam heads, as he always does, toward the B site with Sick in front of him this time. Quick need to slow down the aggression that's usually, rather Flash I should say, it's usually deployed by HellRaisers and establishing a presence inside of the long B corridor, but a lot more passive this time around. And a lot more presence toward A.
HellRaisers had a very successful last few rounds here. Messing around towards middle once again. Smoke down. Fetz gets long A control. Just Amanek by himself towards the A side of the map. He hasn't got the orb this time. He's actually got almost nothing. He's got the M4, no nades, to hold an entire bomb site, 2 choke points by himself. You can see that 1 smoke there just to buy some time. There's still a minute on the clock. He will call for rotation from Devaduvek. Sean contemplating the idea of joining him. So they're there in time. And luckily, HellRaisers, with the information, they know they've taken away a lot of map control from the CTs. You've got long A, middle under your grasp. CTs, they're going to have to rotate at some point. They can't just leave 1 player there losing that much map control. So you can see Sean and Devaduvek make their way towards the A side of the map. Fetz will stay towards A to sell even further the idea that they're going to be finishing up towards A. 20 seconds remaining. What's the final call here? They might go back in towards an A split.
This is inside a drop. They certainly look like they could, but Sean is well positioned, but can't get the shot. Angel somehow beats him to it on the headshot from the AK, goes down to 12. And Issa was tagged up in the process, but it's not enough. It's Devo that's got to be a hero on the site itself. Bomb drop, but they're approaching his backside as well, and he needs to keep his head down. Just pre-fire against Toxic. You're right, though. Time is gone. So Misfits winning a 1 kill from Devaduvek alone.
I thought that was a very strange call to go for. Sure, it's lovely work from Angel to come out of the drop-down room and hit that shot on Sean, a kill he shouldn't have got ever. But he did it, but with 20 seconds remaining, you hadn't even committed towards drop-down. going towards the A bomb side, unless you hit absolutely every single shot perfectly, just not going to have time. Duvek knew it, got himself in a position, was just watching towards the balcony. Luckily, he stops the bomb, even getting close towards the bomb side itself. 14-12 comes in. They did manage to take down a reasonable amount of players. Only 2 survived from the CT forces there. So they're still going to be struggling. If HellRaisers can win this one, they've got an absolute massive bank account built up. If they win this round, they're going to get this to 14-14 for sure. Misfits have to take an eco next round. This pretty much decides it, whether HellRaisers get back into it. They can do this. They've got a very strong chance of winning the map still.
Absolutely true. Far from over. Looks like on the AK, or excuse me, the AWP will get aggressive. Smoke down, thrown inside of the connector. Deep deployment means that the AWP can't get an angle fast. Also means that if they wanted to, if Shazam wanted to, he could take the stairwell with his AWP, but he's not wanted that fight, to be completely honest. He's not been there often. Sean's got problems. They push through that. He might have been a sitting duck. He still is. Duvek's going to bail him out. 6 there as well. Strong presence from the CTs. And drop it as a strong enough presence to entirely shut down HellRaisers.
Really well done there. It looked like Sean was absolutely dead. He had no chance to defend that one. He got 1 nade off. He only had the UMP, but his teammates come and save the day. And then HellRaisers, bit of a panic play there, 1 by 1. Through the smoke. That's always going to be such an impossible kill for them. And they find themselves in a 5-on-2 situation. Shazam spots one. He's never going to miss that. And now it's up to Voxic. He's going to have to win one of the best clutches of the tournament if he's going to have any chance of doing this.
50 seconds. Bomb is very safely guarded, and in fact, the opposite approach to drop is going to be covered off in the hallways by Omnic. Voxic's got to go straight brawl with the AWP. He scopes in now. He's close enough that Sean will hear it. I think Sean has heard him. Doesn't need a scope, apparently. Gets 1 nearly. The second toward Duvek, but it is map points for Misfits.
You can feel it coming somewhat, couldn't you? Well, indeed it is. At least overtime is guaranteed at this stage. And this is the play. You can see it right now building up. It's a perfect angle, just going through that smoke 1 by 1. Once 2 of them committed, you might as well send in the 3rd as well. The front of the round is pretty much over, and you have to try and get something back. Hope they're reloading. It's a really messy affair. HellRaisers was such an advantage in terms of the firepower. We had Famises, UMPs. They didn't have to commit to that. They could have gone to the default. They've been really nice at getting the early map control, pushing those CTs back, but went for an all-in play towards drop down. It didn't pay off. Like we said, though, plenty of cash to work with. So you get another full buy here. This will be one of last, though. They need to make sure every round they win is with healthy numbers, and they keep at least 3 players alive.
Voxic staring in toward danger, couldn't spot Omnic, who's still far back at the corner instead. Sam continues to be very passive with the AWP. Devo gets low. Omnic wants to support. In fact, they're both going to get into the corner. That might be stack potential. They're pushing through, and the crossfire established. The French duel. A kill apiece. No HP for Devo as Omnic gets immediately up close and in their face. Issa gets 1 back. Devo's got to be a little bit careful because he is low. Means they can bring this back to only a 1-man deficit, and they'll compensate for that even by getting Sean Gares.
Didn't have to take that duel whatsoever. It's now a 2-on-2. They hadn't crossed to the bomb site yet, man. The smoke wasn't down a connector. He could have played that passively. Wanted to get out, and now things become very complicated indeed. The T's actually falling back towards long A. Sick will be able to hit them, surely. They'll get 1, and that will be it. Dead Fox versus Shazam. If you remember in the group stages against NIP, it was Shazam to close things out with the AWP. In a very similar situation. They had the lead and started to throw it away. It will be Dead Fox to make his way quite loudly towards that B-bomb site. Shazam in the connector, currently looking at the right position. Can't hit the easy shot though. That's the problem.
He's hit so many great shots all game. Imagine this is the one he fails. Dead Fox goes back out with the AK, knows that he was toward the rock. He's tagged up. Down to 22, but Shazam still on the AWP, and it's an AK headshot from Dead Fox.
Had to be that shot as he crossed towards the bomb site. He had that lined up and ready. He knows that was his. He gets a leg shot through the bomb site itself. Tries to whip out the pistol, but it's not enough. Lovely shot from Dead Fox to closing that. That's the one. He has to hit that. Has to win the map. If they lose this now, he's going to be haunted by that moment as they have to go to full eco now. PD50s, USPs, a couple of flashbangs, and a B stack. In terms of their money for the next round, they're currently set about 2K per player. They get $1,900. It's not going to be great. Luckily, Amanex got 4,500, so he can drop an orb if that's where they feel they're going to be their strongest. I want to consider dropping a couple of Famises, though. We'll see how that pans out. Like we said, 5-man B stack.
Sean, Hobbit hole. This has the chance to go into overtime still. Forget the point system. We've had enough overtimes this weekend. Shazam will work up close, get away from the stack. He wants to figure out what's going on the rest of the map. And he'll find out any second. Unfortunately, he won't have the firepower nor the manpower to really deal with it. Gets dealt with quite quickly, in fact.
Yeah, it wasn't really going to work out from in that position, but he gave it a go. And that's all that matters as we head into a pretty much guaranteed situation now. It's going to be round number 30 coming up. Last chance for Misfits to deny overtime, and the money's not going to be fantastic. Looks like they're not even going to be going for much at all. They wanted to try and find 1 AK. If they get 1 AK out of this map, that's actually really decent. That will actually save them. Just 1 AK-47, all they'll take here. Just to give them a bit of extra cash to drop 1 weapon, they should be okay if they can get an AK-47. That's the idea anyway. Sean knows they're not even going near the bomb site. They wanted to see if anyone's going hunting. And there's no reason to hunt here for HellRaisers. They know it's a full eco. Don't give them anything. Don't even risk it. Go down at the bomb of anything.
Well, we get round 30. Possibly more. HellRaisers hanging on. 1v1 by Dead Fox previously. He said no need to go hunting. They've got to exit somewhere, and they run into exactly Sean and Sick. They won't go any further, though. They're beyond the bomb radius. Keep all the guns up.
They've got nothing to gain from that, so that's a really nice call. Get out of the blast radius and keep everyone alive. And the buy's coming in. Like I said, the orb's certainly got a potential to come out, and Shazam, with the missed shot in the key round that would have taken them to map 2 with a victory, he brings it out once again. Like we said, a little bit limited. Famises, UMPs, no kits. That's a big deal. Very limited on the utility. Devaduvak with just a smoke. Sean with just a chi, and we'll see whether it works out with Voxic. We'll be looking to open things up with a boost here.
I know they throw that deep smoke, so this time they get inquisitive. They haven't really been playing in toward the stairs or up on the platform, though. It's been that deep smoke to allow them actually to put more presence on the drop room instead. Sick's going to change it up as a result. 1 smoke and a nade, and then he has to get behind the box. The nade ricocheting off the wall at such an angle would reveal that he's on the stairwell, and he knows that they do like to Molotov that position. Trying to spray down through the box instead. He'll re-smoke it. Buying time. Shazam. Great shot up close. Has to back off. That'll bring Sean in. Sean's not realized fate's gone by, though.
No need for that once again. They're making mistakes now. We didn't see this side of them in the group stages. 5 and 4. Sean trying to close it down as quickly as possible. And Vets will take that kill all day long. 40 seconds remaining. We've lost map control. If you look at the top left, CT's encroaching on their position as they make their way towards the B halls. Trying to pincer them in, but it might be too late. Sick goes down.
Shazam, the only one directly inside of the site. Omenic's behind. He's made noise, though. He's made noise, and Voxic turns. It's the AWP player, so they can't hit the shot. And Omenic follows it. Bomb is down. Shazam never gets challenged. It's a retake of the tunnels from Issa, and he's flanked by Devaduvak. It's still on the ground. Shazam did eventually get found by Fates coming through from drop. That's the player that Sean went after and couldn't find, and he's got to grab the bomb and try and bail, but he hits it instead. Devo down. Mistakes made, and we hit overtime.
It seemed like they'd done enough. Amanek with the perfect flank. He gets 2 down. It's Devaduvak with the Famus. Recovers it. 1 versus 1. Time running down. All he had to do was find that kill as he was retreating. He used the sound cues. The bomb to be planted had to be a full sprint to make it back to the site. He knew that. He couldn't find the shot. And Vets to close things out. Unbelievable. We are going to overtime. You have to feel like Misfits had that one in the palm of the hand, Matt. So many opportunities to close the game out. The one that stands out is a Shazam AWP altercation, but that was another one they felt like they'd done enough to recover. The perfect flanks. We built up the pincer there. It looked very good. They made a bit of noise, but got the kills. Bomb was down, just couldn't hold on. And now we're all reset. 16K MR3 coming through. You got to feel like HellRaisers, they've got the moral high ground right now. They're going to be thinking they're fired up.
Absolutely. I mean, Devo doesn't even need to really peek that, but goes for the shot anyway, expecting that he's just going to be bailing to the site.
It all kicked off with that first shot for the Shazam. They had the advantage, and Sean offers himself up by jumping through the window. As I said, we didn't see this side of them in the group stage. They didn't really make many mistakes. They were actually looking pretty strong fundamentally. Pressure's the big stage starting to get to them now. Into the first round here. We do not swap halves. Or sides, I should say. And the double orcs will come out once again. Amanek and Shazam. Running not really a factor in MR3 16K. But if you want to roll double orbs 3 rounds in a row, we'll come back and warn you.
Amanek gets aggressive. He did this last time they had the double op setup. And actually found the kill. His timing just slightly off. And Angel sprayed in. He's taking him down to 55. He's got to back away. So slight map advantage as a result to HellRaisers. Amanek's not exactly sure where he wants to play from because he's played this sliver gap so many times. Hot shot down. He'll back away and instead play top wall. Voxic's been impressive on his AWP, both sides of the map. Spots one toward danger. Slight damage, but thankfully he gets away. More important aspect for them at this point is do not go down a man early. Especially if that man's going to be that close to the A site and you've got 3 still in B with no rotations at the forefront. Dead Fox has won the battle against Shazam. First time Shazam has really been up on top of the B platform in a long time. And they're immediately going to take the bomb back over toward the A side. All 5 T players on A. 1 out of 4 for the CTs. 1 out of 4 might be enough because Devo holds the door. Forget 4, it's 3 for him. He'll back off, fall him down again. And this time, forget flanks. They just have to win out against Angel and Voxic. Amanek's got the first shot, and they know exactly where Voxic is. And Devo's going to wrap around behind him. Brilliant from the corner.
Absolutely brilliant. They lose the first pick. They had no presence at all towards the A bomb site. Never Duvek manages to step up. How does he get away with this one? Where's the flashbang? Where's anything? They just run through dry and hope for the best. You need to have that pop flasher just to allow you to eradicate some of the rest. Even a Molotov to the corner would be enough. Just so they could all focus on one area, but he gets a 3-man spray down. He holds his nerve. And indeed the door. As we go into round number 2 here, double orb setup still rolling strong with the CTs as Issa goes in aggressively, flashing by his teammates. They won't be committing, he's just going to be given the task of whipping things up. Shazam takes him down, looks for the double. Not enough, but damage has been done. 4-on-4 certainly favours the terrorist side.
Flash down. Or drop room. Amanek again. He's been so good in that position. Voxic even looked toward it, and he still lost out of the duel. The aid of his teammate trying to shoulder bait a shot as well. He will mask his drop-down position by shooting. But Sean's not fooled. In fact, he's going to put a Molotov at his feet. Oh, he's got to run. He's on 6 HP. Sean's done it all.
Yeah, a bit of a blunder there from Angel. Didn't have the smoke, and I'm not really sure what he was hoping for there. Put himself in an impossible situation. Sick. AWP should be able to nail at least one of these kills. Apparently not, though. Baited out by the shoulder of his teammate. Fetz will hit the shot. They've still got a chance in this round. It's a 3-on-2 with time remaining as the smoke hits the bomb site. It's Fetz with the bomb. They want to get one more kill here. Flashing each other, though. Sean having a bit of trouble on the bomb site. Still alive for now, using the smoke to his advantage. Will he be able to find the first shot? He will indeed. Nice crispy headshot. And now Fetz with the AWP won't be able to do much about this one. It's 2-0 Misfits. They made some blunders in regulation, but this is looking pretty solid now.
And the first round was a hero play from Devo and a lack of utility. They get gifted it in some ways, you could argue. This one, very convincing.
It was so bizarre they didn't use any sort of flashbang or Molotov. There's nothing, just straight through, and they find themselves in a real tricky spot there. No bomb planted. Like I said, no one is not really a factor here. 4 players heading towards A, and Amanek with the AWP will fall back. It's a wise decision.
Shoots Devo in the back, does Amanek as he rotates around, but Devo goes down to Dead Fox. He gets caught out on the ramp, smokes down. Plays a very different angle. Brings Sean over with the M4. Sean's done very well. He wraps back out. Issa will trade it back. They sit 3 versus 3. And Issa's baited the shots from Sick, who then has to turn his attention toward the vent, make sure he's not being baited away. In fact, he'll take the position. Issa's not going to know. Issa's, oh, I take it back, but the pre-fire based on Shadow will pay off. Angel knows he's in the corner. There's not much room for Sick to maneuver, but Omenek's got the shot. It's a 3 straight sweep for Misfits.
Back on top is Misfits. Very well done. 3-0. It's going to be a very difficult score to replicate as we move into the second half. Yeah, that murder room, or murder hole room, is very difficult to just walk into. You can see the Shadow is a massive factor there, and the CT gets a chance to pre-fire, as we just saw. Omenek with a really nice A defense, along with Devo Duvek. You've got the Frenchies on that side of the map. They seem to be providing solid figures towards the end of this first map here in the best of 3. We'll be switching things over at this point. Can't afford to make a single mistake at this point. Orbs come out. Just a single orb setup here for HellRaisers. It's surprising we haven't seen Deadfox and Voxig going at it together. Double orb setup, as we said, is certainly very viable in today's meta, but Deadfox doesn't fancy it, wants to stay on that M4.
Apparently that is true. You're right, Deadfox, previously the former AWP player, in fact, came into HellRaisers after Oscar had left and gone to Mouse Sports. Good find from Voxic, takes down Sick immediately. Pretty aggressive from Sick, I have to say. They want to get in there quickly, though. Look at Devo, they're already on the ramp. Deadfox is ready for it. They've got Voxic repositioned as well, so they'll need to find, or at least force him off the angle behind the APC. As Deadfox gets the lineup, he misses the shot, but Angel's found 2. That'll slow them down, including that of the bomb. 1-man deficit now dropped again. Devo was a hero in the first round of overtime. He's got a 1 versus 2 clutch. He has to pull off with a bomb down. Smoke's dissipating toward the door as well, so it's going to be harder to recover the bomb. In fact, he's going to choose to leave it there. He wants to take the duels instead. He wants to try and catch them off. 2 very tight choke points held on to by the CTs. Devil's got a minute to work with. If he leaves the bomb there and they check for it, they might think he's wrapped back around toward the B site, but he's making a little bit of noise now.
1 flashbang to work with him. HellRaisers can afford to let him plant. That's absolutely fine. Take it together. They have got vision of the bomb if they want it, but 40 seconds remaining. They don't want to give anything away. To sit in that connector. He's made some footsteps now. Confirms he's still on the A-bomb site. Plan will come through, and that's when they can start to encroach on his position. You can see them reacting to that straight away.
Peek the balcony, rightfully so. Molotov will be thrown from that position. But he knows then they're likely to work together. Playing the wall as best he can. In fact, he's dropped off. I'm not sure they meant to, but he still has. He's got a lineup, but they're both going to face him down. No chance. In the corner, Issa finds the kill, and HellRaisers get their first of overtime.
Good effort there. Not quite enough, though. Bomb goes down. He gets that first kill, jumps back on the bomb site. Could have been a real chance there for Devo Duvek, but as you said, the hero of the first half can't close it out here. 2 to go now for HellRaisers. Take us to double overtime. Certainly possible. You can see that was Misfits trying to dictate the pace of the game. They haven't shown us that fast A, not even execute this, A rush essentially. It seems like North has started doing that first, and it's a good way just to completely change things up. And when we get to overtime, that's when the strap book's kind of thrown away, and you want to just present new ideas you haven't really done at all in regulation time. So good attempt, decent trades, but HellRaisers hold on.
Does find Sick through the edge of the smoke. Round by round, that's all they need. If they can find another one back-to-back, this becomes peculiar once more for Misfits. They've got to close these games out, and Issa gets aggressive again. Sean and Devo go down. Omenek does at least get 1 back, but Fates is very close. So, too, is Angel. And the crossfire between the 2 of them, more than enough. It's a 1-round game yet again.
We were saying Misfits are so good at the methodical defaults in the first half of this game. Where have they gone? They're trying to close it out with fast-paced gameplay before they rush the A-bomb site. This time, sending Sick in by himself with a couple of flashbangs, just trying to find that open-up. Doesn't work out for him. Issa mows them down. We haven't seen a plan yet. Misfits running out of lives. 1 to go. Number 6, double overtime, looking likely from what we've seen so far. It's Omenek to try his luck towards the upper platform this time. Uses the smoke, jumps straight in. The fast pace continues, and the punish for it once again.
That's not necessary. 2 in a row. They've just given away kills. Shazam does manage to get 1 back. Smokes aren't spread evenly, and Izza's actually going to walk out and just catch up Sean, or is he? He's lost track of him somehow. A blunder that gives Sean the room to plant. potentially. I won't say that he's got the bomb down because he's got 19 HP and he's desperately alive behind the statue. It's going to be a problem to keep himself alive because they are still down a man, and Shazam's got to go aggressive that pays off. Dead Fox found, but Shazam doesn't have the best position with the AWP. He's going to go again. He's going to try and go again. Voxic's got the kill back, and we've got double overtime.
I'm disappointed in the Misfits there. They could have just done the defaults. They could have dropped an execution. They just kept trying to apply the pressure, dictate the pace of the game. Rushing middle, rushing B twice, and it looked very disjointed, and there was a decent recovery there. Shazam definitely gave it a good go. The bomb going down, like you said, low HP, and Shazam hitting a couple of good shots, but it wasn't enough. Double overtime, we do it all again. It's HellRaisers who are once again on the chase, and they bounce back for 3-0 of their own. This time they'll start on the CT side as we head into double overtime here. Will we see anything changed up here? I don't think so, at least on the HellRaiser side. Misfits probably quite a sobering half for them. Maybe go back to what we were doing before. Let's get the map controllers, push them back. We had some brilliant fakes. Nice presence of mind. Just need to get back in that mentality, I think.
Almost 6 rounds in overtime have been won by the CT team. As the first 30 had a majority of T-sided rounds won. Sit back now with the smoke down. He doesn't have the lineup. I thought he might get Issa through the smoke, but no such luck. As that does indeed require luck. Desperate for it. That's not Voxic. Position himself accordingly and get a return fire shot. Timing the peak, but he's just forced off the angle eventually. Doesn't fancy getting shot at that much. They have slowed it off.
Well, this is what we wanted to see. The rushing didn't work, and I hate to say it, but that wasn't the best approach at all. Some of the HellRaisers had that number there time and time again. Execution comes in. All the smoke's deployed, but it's Fence coming out on top of the first frag. Amanek, though, has been strong for this team. He'll get a reply, but back and forth we go, and it's a 3-on-3 with the bomb yet to be planted.
On top behind the rock means Angel can't deny the plant, even though it's in the open. By Sick. Shazam's on 2 HP, but he's got an 8 WP. Needs a perfect shot. Try and boost him up as well. Voxic's still sitting back. He's no fool, but what a shot from Shazam. That's extremely fast. Voxic's got to go back up. They know he's below the tree. Shazam's still there and still has the angle. 2 HP, 2 kills.
Slow it right down. They go for the execution this time. Certainly wasn't the prettiest of rounds, but Shazam delivers the goods. He had the opportunity to close this game out completely, but he gets them off to a good start here. What a brave play this is. 2 HP boosted up by the tree. It's a wonderful shot down towards Angel, and then it's Voxic left alone with the AWP. It's a nightmare situation when you've got 2 players to find and a bomb to defuse and no range to really do it with. Still no double orb set up for the CTs. 1-0 here in double overtime.
With a quick check toward the drop and no further pressure. You're right, Misfits slowing it down, seemingly much better.
It seems to be working out for them. This is the same approach we saw, remember, earlier, way back in the first half of regulation. This is where Sean goes towards long A by himself. He'll slowly dissect this part of the map, push the CTs back, bait out their utility. That's going well so far. Still plenty of time. Doesn't look like he'll commit at this point. The CTs can stay and have 3 players, if not 4, with one in the connector towards the B side of the map. Really inflicted as of yet, and Shazam with the orb looking towards that upper platform. Issa just wants to hold on to the smoke as long as he has to. If he can get it down to about the 30-second mark before it deploys it, that's amazing. As soon as he spots a pixel, one of the players, that's when it goes down. You can hear the nades being pulled, and now he'll try and buy himself some time.
He can get the lineup toward the wall on Arch.
Oh my god.
I was going to say he could spray down 2. Sean just walks through as he's expecting a flash and catches him off. Sick trades out on Fates. It's all about the kill toward Rock, and Angel's gone down. Devo with it. That's going to hold them off as well because they're not inside of the choke points. Voxic's desperate to try and get back inside of the window with the AWP, but this is done. This round's over. Misfits find 20 rounds.
Like we said, waiting with the smoke in hand with the perfect moment. He gets it. And he just assumes that smoke's the force field, right? No one's going to be pushing that, not until they've flashed at least. And Sean says, no, you know what? I'm going to go against the grain here. I'm just going to walk through the smoke and see what's available. Luckily for him, a player of his back turn, waiting for the flashbangs to come through. And for the first time, HellRaisers will bring out the double orb. Interestingly enough, it won't be Dead Fox. It will be Vets with Voxic. Round number 3. As Misfits looking for the clean sweep once again. This time on the T side. Completely different story to what we saw in the first set of overtime.
Massively different story.
And it's just, they've stopped rushing, and look what happens. Go figure.
Yeah, I think that's Sean trying to be clever as always. Trying to throw a curveball at them, but you
absolutely
realize when it doesn't work. 3 rounds in a row is a bit much.
That's what you have to do. Once you get to overtime, like I said, the strap books, it's all out there. You're trying to change the pace, that's absolutely fine. But 3 rounds in a row, I feel like it was a bit much.
Tough to cover the arch. Issa sits back on site. In fact, he's got it's behind him. Second AWP this time. It's not Dead Fox. Flash to go up. Excuse me, smoke rather. Sick. He'll fly one high in the sky as well. Same play, slow to beat. Iz has got to be ready. He's got a Molotov down so they can't drop in freely this time. But he knows they've gone around behind him in the arch. He knows, the alley. He knows there's also a smoke that he can take advantage of, but he only manages the 1 kill back. It's just Sean. Devo and 6 step back up, and Devo's going to get aggressive and take down Voxic. Another 3 straight sweep, this time on the T side, and this time for Misfits.
Lovely stuff. Getting themselves into overtime, then double overtime. It felt like they'd run out of ideas on the T side, but back to the basics. The fundamentals come through. The execution is there. And we find Misfits for 3-0, this time on the T side, of course. A lot of pressure applied to HellRaisers once again. They've bounced back from deficits twice now, Matt. Surely they can't do it a 3rd time.
We'll see if it's possible. I mean, 6 straight overtime rounds on the CT side and now 3 straight on the T side. It's hard to imagine. That's more credit to Misfits for changing the pace. It's hard to imagine HellRaisers have anything more to offer. Tacticians go at it. Voxic onto the AWP immediately. Double op setup. Again, naturally, as they tried to run for most of their CT half, including that of overtime for Omnic and Shazam.
It's that same smoke approach on the T side, dropping 2 of them at the very start. And they might just go all in here. They're going to try and have a fast round themselves as Dead Fox to lead this charge, and he'll make his way in. He's got protection from the smokes. Can he find the opening kill? The CT's had to play behind the smokes, and it seems to be working out very well indeed. Debaduvek and Shaw Gaz open things up. 5-on-3, and Shaw's not done quite yet. Looking to close things out by himself. 4-on-2, Voxic and Angel with a lot of work to do and tremendous amounts of pressure on their shoulders.
What a read from Sean. He knows that they've been putting that deep smoke every single time at B, and he knows that HellRaisers were getting more and more inclined to push through it, so he sent 4B early with Omnic to go aggressive on A just in case it all went wrong. And it pays off. The crossfire setup, even with the fast smokes from HellRaisers, the wall down, they couldn't do anything of it. 1 to go. Voxic versus 4. AWP in hand. Devo's already getting aggressive. Shazam's got the shot. They've got map 1. It took them a while. It was their map choice. But Misfits go up 1-0.
Good mental fortitude from both teams there. I respect HellRaisers for going down that huge deficit. I think it was 15-11. They managed to put it to overtime. Then they were down 3-0. Then to double overtime. Sean Noak slows the game right down. Gets the 3-0 once again on the T side this time. And they can hold it off towards that B bomb side as HellRaisers went for the rush. The full execution off the bat is looking promising. They got towards the bomb site floor but couldn't find the frags. And Sean and co will be able to close things out and take map number 1.
We go to Overpass next. That's HellRaisers' choice. They'll want to respond. What a great series. The Dark Horses are doing battle. We're going to send it over to Alex in the desk.